Hey guys, welcome to Bee's blog with your host Brooklyn. This is a follow up on my topic of climate change and renewable energy and fossil fuels. Fossil fuels, yeah. um, a correction to my last blog. It seems that climate change repairs repairs falls only on America. That's not true. Um, Alternative energy use falls on the world. Um, I focus on America because that's where I live. It just makes sense for me to focus on America's use of alternative energy rather than the rest of the world's. In 2009, China was the um, top emitting country of um, fossil fuel greenhouse gases like CO2. But following that was in second place was the U.S. We were second place in the top emitting country for greenhouse gases, which is not good. We totaled with China 40% of the world's emissions on greenhouse gases, which is crazy with the amount of countries in this world. We're 40% with China, and that's crazy because that's a very high number for us. Um, in 1997, the Kyoto Protocol was the UN's first attempt to decrease fossil fuel emissions. Um, the US chose not to ratify that agreement, which is crazy because why would we not ratify an agreement to um, improve our country, improve the world through less emissions from coal plants or, oil plants? This doesn't make sense. In 2016, the Paris Agreement came to be. It was signed by the U.S., which is great, yay! In 2017, President Donald Trump uh, took back our signature. And by my understanding, President Donald Trump doesn't believe in climate change, which is crazy. But the good news is that the U.S. can't fully exit until one day after the 2020 election, which is great. It gives us a chance to get a new president who actually believes in climate change to sign us back up into the Paris Agreement and to decrease our uh, fossil fuel emissions. I'm going to read some facts now. So bear with me. I'm going to read some interesting facts about a couple countries that have greatly improved their use of alternative energy. Iceland uses geothermal and hydroelectric plants for almost 100% of their energy. Congratulations, Iceland, on being awesome and taking that step towards alternative energy. Sweden has increased their own investment in solar power, wind power, energy storage, smart grids, and clean transport. I think that's a big thing, is clean transport. I think clean transportation is huge. I think that cars emit so much greenhouse gases, CO2, all that um, with clean transport, I think it would be a lot better, like electric cars and all that, instead of gas burning cars. Um, Costa Rica is running on 100% renewable energy for more than 2 months, twice in the last 2 years, which is fantastic. Congratulations to Costa Rica. That is one heck of a step towards alternative energy all the time, is using it for most of the time. So that's really nice. Nicaragua aims to be 90% renewable powered by 2020. That's fantastic, to be 90% renewable powered by 2020. That's 1 year away, and if they hit that goal, then applaud Nicaragua. Oh, my cat. The United Kingdom generates more electricity from wind farms than they do from coal powered plants right now, which is awesome. Um, Uruguay achieved 95% renewable power electricity in less than 10 years. So already, they're like the shining example of renewable energy as they achieve 95% of their electricity being used from renewable energy, which is cool. Um, this is a longer one. China now owns five of the world's six largest solar module manufacturing firms, the largest wind turbine manufacturer, the world's largest lithium ion manufacturer, and the world's largest electricity utility. That's pretty cool. China's still on the top of the list for emissions, so as long as they're taking a step in the right direction, by my understanding, they also agreed to the Paris Agreement. Don't take my word on that, but they are working their hardest to reduce emissions in their cities because they're so pollution rigged, I guess you could say. The last one I've got is Kenya has the largest wind farm providing 20% of its the largest wind farm in Africa providing 20% of its electricity. That's pretty cool. I think wind power is awesome. I love whenever I'm driving through the mountains and I see a bunch of windmills. I think that they're awesome. They look so cool because you know that they're providing electricity for people, and you know that they're providing more than just a site. They're providing electricity and they're providing substance for people, and I think that's great. Um, Again, um, alternative energy use relies on the entire world. It doesn't just rely on the United States. However, the United States is still second leading in the emissions, and we just opted out of the Paris Agreement. So um, I think that the world is taking steps, and I think the U.S. needs to catch up because signing out of that Paris Agreement was a bad choice, in my opinion. But that's all I've got for this follow up. This is Bee's blog, hosted by Brooklyn. Tune in next week to talk about our next topic. Thanks. Bye.